Good morning, one and all. Today we are going to discuss a very important subject for the final year students of Bachelor in Architecture. Particularly, this subject is important because the syllabus covered in this subject would be helpful for students to decide their final year thesis or dissertation program. Now, let's talk about, first of all, the topics of discussion. In this subject, we will see the introduction to architecture, the introduction to research, types of research, nature of research, components of research, tools of research, identification of research components, literature collection and literature review, data collection, data analysis, programming, research proposals, and report writing. Now, let's try and understand once again the definition of architecture. The term architecture simply means the activity and the product of designing any kind of system. But in building construction industry, architecture is both the process and the product of planning and designing of the construction. It is a design activity from micro level, that is construction details and furniture, to the macro level, that is urban design or landscape architecture. Now, understanding the term research. What exactly is research? It is a systematic investigation into a thorough study of any given topic, a thorough study of its sources, verifying the mention of facts, re-establishing new facts. How is research different from a theory? A theory uses previous researches to create a study. A theory is a collection of researches. It can be a starting point of the research, but at the same time, a theory is confirmed by a research. A research is an ongoing development in any field of study. Therefore, a research is more specific than a theory. How is the word research different from a dissertation and thesis? The word research is derived from the French rechercher, which means to go about seeking. The word dissertation comes from the Latin dissertatio, meaning discussion. However, the term thesis comes from Greek tithonai, meaning to put forth something as an intellectual proposition. One of the results of studying the subject of architectural research programming is to enable ourselves to re-examine the functions addressed within various architectural theories ranging across the historic civilizations to postmodernism and future. To try and understand complex challenges of new age architectural requirements in order to develop a program in terms of requirements of areas and spaces. Let's look at type of research: fundamental or basic research. Basic research is a study on basic principles of a particular event or process or phenomena or a topic. Basic research sometimes may not lead to an immediate use or application. It is original or basic in character. It builds new knowledge. The outcome of basic research forms the base of applied research. What is applied research? In an applied research, problems have to be solved. Study of existing cases for obtaining a similar outcome can be called as applied research. A research which has immediate application is termed as applied research. Such a research is of practical use to current activity. For example, study of existing hospitals to build a new hospital during a pandemic crisis. Now, let's look at the parameters under which basic research and applied research fall. For example, type of knowledge that is produced in basic research, it is a scientific discovery or a basic science. Whereas in applied research, it is a technological application and we can call it a technology. The motivation behind basic research is intellectual curiosity, whereas the motivation behind applied research is solving problems. The key questions during basic research would be, is it true? Whereas the key question during applied research would be, does it work? The objective of basic research is to understand, and the objective of applied research is to come up with solutions. Now, let's see about the nature of research. Quantitative research. It is a non-descriptive and numerical. It applies statistics or mathematics and uses numbers. The results are often presented in tables and graphs. It investigates the what, where, when, and how much of decision making. It is conclusive. Qualitative research. It is non-numerical, descriptive. It applies reasoning and uses words. Its aim is to get the meaning, feeling, and to describe a situation. Qualitative data cannot be graphed. It is explanatory and exploratory. It investigates the why and the how of decision making. Mixed research is a research that involves numbers, variables, words, and images from quantitative and qualitative research. Now let's look at the components of research. The components of research or the aspects of research fall within the outline of something called research methodology, also known as research process. The components of research consist of a 5-chapter approach. Chapter 1 consists of defining a problem, a purpose, a hypothesis, or a research question, a definition, a thinking framework, and the significance of the research. Chapter 2 consists of review of literature. The chapter 3 consists of the data and its analysis. Chapter 4 consists of result of the data analysis, and chapter 5 consists of discussion of the result, the conclusions, and thereafter architectural research or design proposal. So, let's look at a typical research methodology on the right hand side involving a discussion or a thesis. The first of all is introduction or identification of study. The second is issue and problem identification. The third is aim and objective. Fourth is the scope of study. Primary and data collection is the 5th step. The 6th step is data analysis. The 7th step is proposal, and the 8th step would be conclusion.